My name is Madam Eliza Olilo from Kudo Primary School in Kisumu County. So I'm glad to have you here, and today we are going to talk about my money and in the part of understanding my money, a topic called spending. Okay, so in the previous lessons, we learned that money is a medium of exchange, and in our country, we have different types of currencies, like coins and notes. In the other lesson also, we learned that there are ways of getting money. There are different ways of getting money. So we say that we can get money learners, we say that you can get money from different methods like salaries, we have business profit. What other way can we get money? Okay, very good. We can also get money from loans, and even you can get money from different contributions. So all in all, if we get this money, we have to do something with the money. If we get this money, we have to do something with the money. So whatever we do with the money is what we call spending. Whatever we do with the money is what we call spending. Can anybody say how we can spend money? Okay, very good. So we can get money. We can spend money in different things like buying snacks, another way is buying books, and even we can give offerings in churches, as you have just said, giving offerings in churches. So our day-to-day life involves getting money and even spending the money we've got, because money is everything in our lives. So we must make sure whatever money we get, we spend it wisely. I'm going to read for you a story here. I'm going to read a story on Juma, and you will help me know ways in which the family can spend their money. The story says, football was the thing that Juma liked most of all. One day, he rushed from training. "Mom, this is fantastic. The team has arranged up to play a tournament in Nairobi for a week. We are going to play in a cup tournament, and the coach says it's an amazing opportunity. It only costs 10,000 shillings. Can I go, Mom? Can I please?" Juma's mom looked thoughtful. She had a big question on her mind. 10,000, that's a lot of money. Can we afford it? What do you think Juma's mom would say? So peoples, in this story, we've learned about Juma. Juma is a footballer, and being a footballer, their team organized a tournament somewhere which they had to pay 10,000 shillings. That is a lot of money, because due to the pandemic, we know that money is difficult to get and people have exhausted their savings. So Juma's mom was very worried because the money was a lot, and she did not know where they can get it. So our big question today, can we afford it? That's our big question. Can we afford it? Because whatever you want to do with the money, you must know if the money you have will be enough, so that you don't risk losing some money or doing things which you are not supposed to do with the money. So, spending. Juma's mom has to know their spendings. They live in the town. They have many things they have to do with the money they get. Juma's mom, let's say, is a businesswoman. The father maybe is a teacher. So the money they get, they have to put a budget with the money they have. Things like food, there is rent, there is even water, electricity, and even clothing. So all these things are daily or basic things that they have to do apart from Juma's trip. So pupils, what do you think Juma's mom will say? What do you think Juma's mom will say concerning the budget, Juma's budget for going to the tournament? Number one, Juma's mom may accept, as you have said, Juma's mom may say yes. Why? Because maybe they have some savings in their accounts. Maybe they have some savings in their accounts. Or Juma's mom may say no. Why? Because they are exhausted their savings. Or the money or the salary the father is getting and the money the mother is getting from the business maybe is not enough. So here, Juma's mom will really think, or Juma's parents or the family will really think on how they can afford getting the money for Juma to go. So it's either Juma goes with the savings or Juma may decide not to go for the tournament. Why? Because the money is not there. They only have the money for their basic needs. What are basic needs? Basic needs are things which are a must. People, can you give me examples of the basic needs we have? Okay. So the basic needs are things like clothing, we have also the rent, we have medicine, and for now also the sanitizers and masks are also basic because it will help us fight this pandemic which we have, COVID-19. So they have to know first their money should be able to fit all their basic needs. Is when they can go and check if they can afford to pay the 10,000 shillings for Juma's tournament or Juma's expenses in the tournament. So pupils, I would like us to prepare a list. Of expenses a family can spend. You just take your family for example, the two columns, the expense you can spend in basic needs and another. So you can make a table. With two columns. So how you spend your money, the basic things you use at home, and even the wants or luxuries you can use to spend your money. So I'm giving you like 2 minutes for you to list down basic things you spend in the family and even the ones which you usually spend in your family. Okay. Can I please get your answers? It's good. We found some basic items like clothes, food. We have things like medicine. Okay? And the ones, I'm glad that you can identify the ones, are things like vacations and even toys, even things like the TV and even some snacks. So, all these things are the things which people use their money for. And according to Juma's story, they must calculate whatever the family gets and know what they will need or what will remain. Will it be able to fit in Juma's budget of going to the tournament? Because remember, going to the tournament is not a basic need, but it is a want. So class, we are having a little work which we are going to do, and in this work, what I want you to do, I want us to represent whatever things that Juma uses, the family uses, in something we call a pie chart. In our maths lesson, we learned that a pie chart is a graph, a circle graph, where data is being represented by use of degrees. So we know that Juma's family needs to take some amount for rent, some amount for food, some amount for medicines, and in these medicines we are going also to have sanitizers. After that, you're going to some amount of money for clothes. Juma's father and mother should save some amount, and also you have Juma's tournament. So we are having like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that we are supposed to represent in our circle graph, which we call a pie chart. Remember, a pie chart is a graph which is used to represent data in a circle. A pie chart is a circular graph which is used to present data. So, for now, I would like us to share together, because there are 6 things. That means we are going to have 6 parts. We are going to have 6 parts. And in the 6 parts, we should know which part will take the biggest number, which part will take the biggest number, because we know that our pie charts, the total degrees it takes is 360 degrees. 360 degrees. So, for the rent, okay, so for the rent, we know that it will take an amount, let's say a section like 90 degrees. For the rent, it will take 90 degrees. For the food, we'll also have 90 degrees. So already we have 180 degrees represented by the rent and the food. For the medicine, we have to take 20%. For the medicine, you have to take 20%. For the clothes, let's have 10%. Then, when we take 90 plus 90 plus 20, that is 200, plus 10, we have 210. So in 210 degrees, when you subtract 360 degrees from 210, I remain with 150. I remain with 150. So 150, the family decided to save 50% of the amount they have, and then they decided to give Juma the chance of attending the tournament with their 100%. Okay, so the 100% will represent 10,000 shillings that Juma wants. The 100% will represent 10,000 shillings that Juma has. Okay, so the family has decided to sacrifice very much to give Juma the money for going to the tournament. So, how will we represent our work or how we represent the family's income or what the family has in this graph. We know that 90 degrees, we just estimate 90 degrees, half of the rent, and then the other 90 degrees we have for food. Another 90 degrees we have for food. Then we take 100, measure with the rotator, then 100 degrees. 100 degrees is the 10,000 shillings that Juma will need for the tournament, and here Juma's tournament. And then we have the 20 degrees, which is represented by medicine. It is 90 degrees, it is 90 degrees, it is 100 degrees. So here we have the 20 degrees, which is represented by the medicine. Then we have $50 degrees, represented by the savings, and 10 degrees, which will be represented by clothes. So people, how do you see the way the family has decided to spend the amount they have? Remember, the 100 degrees is being represented by 10,000. So 90 degrees is somewhere like 9,000, and then we get the rest of the amount of the income they have for their daily savings or their daily income they have. So what do you see? How do you see the way Juma has spent the money? Remember, the family has really sacrificed for Juma to go to this tournament. Okay, very good. The family has done a good thing, and Juma has gone. Will have money to go to the tournament. And what you should remember, they also gave time, or they also decided to save some amount. They also decided to save some amount, like 5,000 shillings. So, what do you see? What can you say about their savings? Very good, learners. Savings is good because it helps us get money in case they are having any other emergency, or if something comes up which needs money, they will take from their savings. That is very good. So these pie charts will help the family know how they have spent their money, and it will help them and guide them very well to know that they have really used their money wisely, because they know what they can afford, and they decided to make a transparent workout of how they are going to use their money. So today, learners, we've learned a lot of things. We've learned that there are different ways you can get money. We've learned that spending money means using the amount you have, either from income or from the profits or from the savings you have, so that you can use it. And also, we've learned that for us to do something, we should know if we can afford. And before we know that how we can afford the money, we should first check our expenses day to day and know that we get the amount which will help us to be able to understand nicely or work out nicely, so that we use our money wisely. So learners, we also know that it is good to make a budget. We also know that it is very good for us to make a budget. In the next lesson, we will learn how we can have a budget. We'll just take the story of Juma, and we will learn how, when Juma goes to the tournament, how will he use the 10,000 shillings the family has given him. So we write, the next lesson we are going to write a nice list on how to make a budget. And for your do-away work at home, I would like you to use a dictionary, or maybe ask your parents the meaning of the word budget, and also how we can derive or how we can make sure we have a good budget. So thank you very much for coming to our lesson today, and I'm glad all of you are safe. So continue being safe, wear your masks, and make sure you sanitize, wash your hands, and be good children. Thank you.